Good morning and welcome back to Living on a UK State Pension. My name's Tania, I'm 68 years old, and for this next year I'm going to be living on my UK State Pension and saving my civil service pension to put money back into my savings pot that I used when I renovated the property, when I bought furniture, and the list goes on. Little bit of housekeeping to do. A person pulled me up and said that I'd, not nastily or anything like that, I'm not saying that, that I'd bought drinking chocolate and not cocoa. It is cocoa. One side of it does show that you can make it into, obviously, cocoa drink, and the other side says ideal for baking. So it is cocoa. Cocoa powder, acidity regulator, and that's it. So it's pure cocoa, basically. I wish I'd got another one now. Having heard that someone on here, I believe a viewer, thank you very much, that the price of chocolate, because of cocoa, is going to go sky high. So if you think you're going to go have withdrawal symptoms, and you can put a stash of chocolate away without eating it, maybe now's the time. I don't know, but I wish I had bought another one. Anyway, it's all gone. I've been to the store today. What is else on my list? Okay, done the hot chocolate. Please like and subscribe. I have got a lot more people viewing my videos than are actually subscribing as well. So it all helps with the analytics of getting my channel out there, basically, out there. That's the main thing. Anyway, I am back from a shop. I've done a Lidl shop and I've done an Asda shop, and yet I've spent a fair bit this morning. And yesterday, I have to confess, but I'll show you what I bought yesterday before my pension hit my bank account today. So I'm going to have to do some moving around of money, but it's no hardship. But also I've got transparency. I've now got £8 worth of vouchers. I have to do that because of all the codes on them. They can be used online otherwise. From my M&S credit card. So I don't have a food shop here where I live, but I am due for a mammogram on Thursday the 20th, so this Thursday, and I will pop into the M&S food shop in Clacton and see what I can get for £8 that can go in the freezer, because I haven't bought a lot of meat today at all, because I showed you, I've still got meat in the freezer, quite a bit of meat, but it might pay to buy some and use the older stuff up first, but we'll see. Right, let me turn you round. So confession number one was yesterday I went into Lidl, and I'll insert a photograph of what I went into Lidl for, and then realised it was the wrong Sunday. I was after a pair of like cloggy slippers that they're doing, and last time they had them, they didn't actually get them into store. You know, they're still having problems with some of their shipping from other countries, and these clog slipper things didn't get into store, but they're supposed to be in on Sunday the 23rd. That's what I didn't read in my haste. So I went in there, but while I was there, I saw that they had my skimmed milk, like the 4 at the back, but I bought 6 yesterday at 69p, which came to £4.14, that I have now had to pay back into my, well, all I've done is take £4.14 less out of my bank account for food. The bottom line is I've rounded it up to a £5. I've taken £5 less out. So it will sort itself out in the end. So let's get on with the rest. So today's shop came to £12.63, and obviously I paid in cash because, you know, I've had my pension in my bank account today and I went and drew cash out. I only drew £20 because of knowing that I'd got vouchers to spend. So £20 only, which only leaves me with £7.37 plus 17p, just, oh, see, mental agility. 14.54, 7.54 in cash left to spend. So 4 skimmed milk at 69p each. Now this is your imagination because I've put them in the freezer. I bought some British Petit Pois, 700 grams. There they are on the list, and they were 99p. For the 700 grams. I needed to get them in the freezer. They don't have these peaches very often. They're in a light syrup. I just rinse them under the tap and only use some of the syrup, a little bit. But I make like a fruit salad to have with my porridge. So I've got some apples left. I've got 2 apples left in my bowl. I'll just quickly show you. In my bowl, 2 apples. These were 39p each, so I got 3 of them, and I got some of the ready-to-eat kiwis, because they're bigger as well, to put in the fruit salad. So a tin of that, 1 of those, and an apple should last me quite a few days, at least 4 or 5 days with my porridge and my yoghurt on the top. 2 tins of chopped tomatoes at 39p each. 2 tins of baked beans at 42p each. And I'm going to try the hack that someone said about mixing your good coffee with cheaper coffee. I mean, that's £2.39. Let me get my... And Kenko today in Asda, I believe, was £6.55. So what I'm going to do is possibly weigh out a quarter, take a quarter out of the new jar, put a quarter of this in. How much is in here? Sorry, making a noise. So 50 grams of this into here and give it a good shake. Just make it go a bit further and make it a little bit cheaper, won't it? So I'll give it a try. God loves a trier. So, pink onions, 69p on offer in Lidl, one of their front veg. 57p for rich tea biscuits. £1.45 for 6 medium free range eggs. A baguette, which was free because I won it in the spin, but it would normally cost 39p. And I've just gone on their app and I've won 2 coupons this time. I don't know how that works out, but I've won 2 things, but obviously I'll show you them when I go in store and get them. I've activated the coupons, so I've only got to pop in and get them. So this is the Lidl shop, which is £12.63 plus the £4.14 yesterday. So that is £16.77 altogether that I've spent in Lidl. So I'll put this away and then I'll show you what I got in Asda. Right, this is the Asda shop now, which came to £21.09, which leaves £29.50 on the Asda card, on the gift card. And then that'll be it. I shall have to get another card or I will start loading that for next year out of some of my savings. Right, we'll deal with the yellow sticker stuff first. Some liver for Bertie. I shall split this and freeze it. I chop it up into small pieces. And I chop it up into small pieces. I put them in here, and 2 of these normally do him a meal. So it should have been 128. Now, I know it's not much of a saving, but it was down to 95p. So that'll be it for Bertie, and I shall do that when we're finished. The other yellow sticker was some tomatoes, and I did check through to make sure none of them were slimy or anything, because that's the problem. And it does annoy me the way companies now put so many labels on the outside of these packets that you can't actually see what you're buying anymore. So if there's a rotten one in there, you can't see it. The pears were down from £1.49 to £1.01. The bread at the back, which is the medium wholemeal, 75p. I bought 2 stock cubes, beef and chicken, they're 80p each. I needed another tomato puree. I should have bought it in Lidl. I think it's 20p cheaper. I think it's 45p in there, 65p in Asda. 59p for a hefty pepper. 2.45 for my lovely yoghurt that I absolutely adore. Got a good date on it, 14th of the 3rd. £1.20 for the light mayonnaise. 75p for the celery. £1.09 for the sugar. £1.20 for the rice noodles, and 80p for the egg lasagna sheets. I bought the slightly more expensive ones this time. Come to the sultanas in a minute. 3 tins of beans, and they were all 49p each. Mexican butter and cannelloni. And they were one of the missions on the Asda app. The Asda app said a mission is where they tell you to buy something and that you'll get rewarded for buying it. So because I am asking for a bean recipe, you'll see my video go up. I think it might be this Friday. I think it is this Friday, about keeping fit as we age. And I ask about does anybody have a 3-bean soup recipe or something like that they absolutely love, and I'll try and recreate it. But beans are absolutely brilliant for our health. I think they're packed with fibre, protein. You know, they're one of those underused superfoods out there. And there's been a lot of information been found out about them. So if I can introduce a few more beans to my diet, then yes, I will. So that was, if you bought 3 tins of beans, they put 50p back in your cash pot. And the other thing that I did, but this was a coupon that you had to activate, and that's if you bought toilet roll over £3, they would give you 50p back in your cash pot. Or did they take it off? Was it a coupon? No, they gave it as a coupon. They took it off the bottom, 50p. There we are, toilet kitchen roll. So that was a much better quality toilet roll and came out cheaper than the next one that was a cheaper quality, basically. So yeah, I chose that because I've just opened the last 4 packets to put underneath my vanity unit in the bathroom. So this will replace the 4 in the cupboard. Now, the last article on there, No, sorry, did I mention the sausages? £1.79, because I'm now out of sausages, so they'll be split and put in the freezer. I've used the last 4 today. I've cooked them up, and I'm going to make a spaghetti dish with 2 of them, and tomorrow I'm going to make fried rice with the other 2 with a curry sauce. And the last article on here that I bought was sultanas, a 500-gram pack for £1.10. I don't know if you can see that. Look, cottonseed oil. Sorry about the reflection. If I go like that, you might be able to read it a bit better. Can be considered a relatively healthy oil, as research suggests it improves cholesterol, lowering the LDL, the bad cholesterol. So, yeah, I thought, no, I am going to buy it, because I think someone said, oh, it's not good, but Google says it's not that bad. So, yeah, I'm going to continue to buy it. So that is the Asda shop, coming in at £20.59. I've just updated my book, so that's total spend today, I suppose you could say, £37.36. Yeah, not too bad. Don't forget, I've got the £8 voucher I can call on. I've got at least 18 to 20 meals already cooked in the freezer, as well as lots of fish and everything. But I'm thinking I may go to Iceland tomorrow, because it's the over 60s day, isn't it? And treat myself to some salmon. Because I have been really rigid in my spending the last 3 months, and I'm growing my freezer with ready meals, etc., and there'll be more added to that this week. In fact, 3 more lasagnas were put in there over the weekend. I'll be making the bonfire stew, which I would imagine will be 4 portions will go in the freezer. There's the pork loin out there. So because I have been rigid like that, I am going to take my foot off the brake just a teeny weeny little bit and start introducing I wanted to jump back. I just wanted to jump back on here and have a quick chat with you, because I'd edited the video and cut it off abruptly because I said something a bit silly, and I'll tell you exactly what I said. I said I'm going to take my foot off the brake so that I can introduce some healthier foods. All my foods are healthy. All my foods are healthy, apart from the occasional lapse, the sausage sandwich, etc., etc. But basically all my foods are healthy. What I meant to say was I'm going to take my foot off the gas, off the budget, so to speak, in order to introduce some more expensive foods. I want some fish in my diet, and I'd like to find some salmon or sea bass or something that I can have once a week. It won't break the bank, but you know, you're going to have to allow for it. It is that much more expensive compared to some other foods. I know I can do it. I know the way my budget is coming in at the moment, because I've been so strict with myself and I've used everything up, but there's been no waste or anything. So yes, I know I can do it. I have another £40 to play with that I haven't been using, so I know I can do it. So with that in mind as well, and don't forget I've paid my credit card off now, so I can afford to put a little bit on my credit card and still pay it off every month. I need another swimming costume. I have 3 swimming costumes because I go to the pool 3 times a week, and I happen to have my oldest swimming costume on. today in the water. And you know, when you were a child, if you're anywhere near my age, you probably remember the old swimming costumes that were cotton, and they had shearing elastic that made little bubbles out of the material. And when you got into the water, the swimming costume grew with the weight of the water, and you'd be walking along and the swimming costume would slap you on the backside because the backside had grown, you know. Well, that was me this morning in the swimming pool. Now, to look at the costume when it's dry, it looks perfectly normal. But when the weight of the water is in it, it comes away from the inner lining. The outer lining then gets twice as big. And it was literally smacking me on the back of the legs as I was jumping up and down in the water. So when I got out, I had to sort of hoik it up and look around to make sure no one could see me till I got some of the water out of it. But yes, that's going in the bin. It's going to be dried and it's going in the bin because it's no good to anybody, I'm afraid. So yes, I need a new swimming costume. So I hopefully find something either in Clacton on Thursday or in the sales over the next 2 nights when I shall be looking online. Well, this arrived yesterday as well, which is the new state pension amount. I'm only going to get £227.42p of the £230.25, which is £909.68p every 4 weeks for me. But don't forget, because I opted out out of this state earnings related pension for a little while, this is what my policy pays me, £41.20. So I'm ahead, but there will be some time in the future where I probably either break even or fall behind. So at the moment I'm £11.32, which I think I've said, but the £41.20 covers that. So not too bad, not too bad. So with that in mind, I started a new page in my budget book, just roughly penciling stuff in, because already I've heard from Netflix they want to put the subscription up by £1. I'm considering whether I halt it for a little while or whether I let it go ahead. My EE broadband is has gone up by £3. Water, I put a question mark next to it because that's another one that they're considering putting a rise on, and I'm just waiting for the council tax to come in. But the good news is both my gas and electric have gone down. The electric I told you about a couple of weeks ago, I managed to get a good discount on there on a new tariff. And I've just gone into a new tariff with British Gas, and that's also gone down. So the original figure that I got from E.ON for the new tariff was wrong. And when I've been on today and checked my account, they've actually given me a lower tariff again to what I agreed to. But I'm not going to complain because the actual kilowatt rate is nearly 3p difference, 3p a kilowatt. And the standing charge is just over 2p difference a day. So that makes a huge difference, doesn't it? You know. Anyway, British Gas, again, it's the standing charge that's gone down by over 2p, but the gas per unit, as in the kilowatt, is only 0.22 of a penny. So, you know, not even 1/4 of 1p. But altogether, it's gone down by £15.71 on the standing charge alone. On the standing charge alone. So I can't complain. There we are. Hold that up so you can see all my workings out. Hopefully they're all correct with a bit of luck. This was what E.ON first told me, and this is what it actually is what they've given me now on my tariff. So yeah, win-win situation there. Now, did I mention about the holiday fund? I can't remember whether I mentioned it at the beginning, that I made a mistake with my figures, and I've got £400 in the holiday fund and not 3. Yep, so that's going well. Comments. Once again, I can't always get to comments, unfortunately. It's the way they've been written. If you tag yourself into a long line of comments, I can't always see them. It's just the way YouTube works, unfortunately, from my angle. So I apologise, but you know I do try to answer every single one. And who's going to enjoy the temperatures we're going to have from Thursday onwards then? What's happening? How's this after having a wind chill factor of -5 over the last week or so? We're going to go up to 12 degrees. 12 degrees. I think we've got 12 Thursday, 11 Friday, 11 Saturday, 11 Sunday, 10 Monday, and then 9, 8, 8, 8, 8. It goes like that for the rest of next week. So it's going to feel positively balmy, isn't it? Positively balmy. A bit like me at times. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon.